One shot. Let's begin. Just date each other already by Sumazomi Sei. Translated and uploaded by Goddess Ganton Kirkley. We need some romance every now and again. So let's see what this romance is from the shonen. I don't think shonen's a genre, but whatever. That's me being pedantic. Anyways, let's begin some romance here, and let's see if we just date each other already. This story is exactly as the title says. Just date already, you two. By Sumizomi Sei. He has a backpack. Oh, that's a little puppy that says Mike. Oh, wow. Okay, let me zoom out a bit. um, I don't like Yamashita Sachiko. Her collar always rests neatly on her shoulders whenever she's in my sight. Every time she reads her book aloud, she brings the whole class attention to her. She's such a serious person, it's hard to believe that she's actually my age. I can't breathe. Oop. Damn, my phone. Where did I drop it? Here. It's gonna be confiscated if the teacher finds it. Yeah. Thank you. I hate her so much. Fuck my heart. I don't like. I don't like Heikawa Tatsumi-kun. Every recess, people would flock around him like he's some kind of hotshot. At every sporting event, he would transform into the class hero. And he's always hungry in the fourth period. It's as if we were born on different planets. So the progress is... A phone? Whose phone is it? I handed mine to the teacher earlier. Oh, Heikawa-kun dropped his phone. What a careless and negligent person. How come this guy is seated next to me? I don't want to get involved with someone like him. Here. It's going to be confiscated if the teacher finds it. My heart is about to explode. I hate him so much. Just go out already. Get a room, you two? God damn it. Super serious honor student, Yamashita. Carefree popular guy, Hiyakawa. Despite them noticing each other, there were no improvements in their relationship. With that being said, they had no idea they were both in love with each other. Why does my heart beat so hard whenever I see her? Why do my hands keep trembling when I'm near Hiyakawa-kun? Their romance knowledge is lower than kindergartners. Both are amateurs when it comes to love. Seeing those two consistently flirt each other over several months despite them noticing one another has finally driven the classmates to their wits' end. They only have one wish. Just go out with each other already. But dump slope. I always feel tired ever since I sat next to Hikawa-kun. Today is even worse than usual. Is this heart failure? Why am I so wary of Yamashita? Did she murder me in a previous life? Hey, speaking of it, what are we doing next to the homeroom period? We're assigning the committee for the second semester. Committee? Hey, which committee are you joining, Hiyakawa-kun? What's the easiest one? I bet you're gonna skip all the work. I wonder which committee Hikawa-kun's gonna choose. Maybe the sports festival? Hold on. I'm sure he's the type who only does the easy work, so he's probably gonna choose the cleaning committee. Getting into the same committee as this carefree person will only bring me trouble. I'm sure he's gonna dump all his work on me. She really suffocates me this much just by sitting next to me, let alone being in the same committee. Ding dong. I need to avoid Yamashita Hikawa-kun. Oh, other way. Yamashita Hikawa-kun. Ding dong. Let's begin the committee member division. Yamashita-kun and Hikawa-kun have been assigned as the class representatives out of all people. Aren't you the type who spends your youth at peace? Choose library committee or broadcasting committee? Don't go choosing a stand-on position like this. Aren't you the type who... Oh, the opposite. Aren't you the type who thinks the choir competition committee is lame? Why would you even want to be a class representative? Huh? You two sure are one unusual pair. Can you get along? Nope. Then, We'll leave the rest of these committee assignments to you, Yamashita-san. Eh? We were worried when Hiyakawa chose to be the class representative, but thank God you're here. Stare. Oh no! I only chose to be class representative because I thought this was the most unlikely committee Hiyakawa was going to pick. I'm not fit to become a leader. All I ever wanted was to spend my youth in peace with the library committee or the broadcast committee. How did it turn into this? What is she standing around for? This isn't good. I can hear what everyone's thinking. Just pick the names yourself. I don't get why she wants to be a class representative. I hope we could end this soon. Say something. This isn't the same. This is nothing like the pain I felt with Kyukawa-kun. Aw, look at that. Choo-choo. Okay, I'm done assigning all of your parts. Don't decide all of it by yourself, Hiyakawa. You guys weren't saying anything, so I took it upon myself. It's your job as class to ask us as the representative. You guys won't even answer even if I ask you, you spoiled brat. Well, what the hell do you expect? This is bullshit. Hiyakawa-kun? Were you helping me? Let's see. If I recall correctly, something like this had happened in the past. On the school entrance ceremony day, when it was my turn to introduce myself in front of the whole class, I froze up and couldn't say a thing. The atmosphere tensed up as silence fell upon the classroom. My back was wet with cold sweat, and my foot started to tremble. What should I do? What should I do? At this rate, crash! What was that? What happened? Chatter, chatter, chatter. Oops. Sorry, I just had this weird dream. He fell asleep on the first day? Phew. Hiyakawa-kun saved me that day. Huh? Wait. Hiyakawa-kun helped me? But why do I keep thinking I hate him? Why? Just... why? Why does my face feel so hot? I just realized that my feelings towards him were gratitude and admiration. As to why I keep feeling nervous whenever he's next to me? Wait, what? Does that mean my feelings towards Hiyakawa-kun are... Still, Yamashita earlier reminded me back on her introduction day. A nerdy-looking girl was standing nervously in front of the class. She looks real dull. Try to say her name at least. Jeez, I really hate that kind of person. Ugh. Just now, she was definitely looking right at me. Those eyes of her were begging for me to help. She asking for my help? Do I have to protect her at all costs? No, I must. That's right. Since then I've always noticed her. Huh? Does that mean I don't actually hate her? After all, I'm always watching over her. I want to help her. I want to watch over her. I care about her. I can't calm down. Whoa, what? Does this mean my feeling towards her are... wait, what? Do they finally realize their feelings? Ding dong. Do I actually say I've been seeing her as... oh, are we done? The committee meeting will start next week. So the committee is fixed? I'll fall asleep on the library committee. What does the health committee do again? Aww. So, in the end, what will happen between them? The classmates' suffering continues. The protagonist of the story? The classmates. I actually think this is kind of cute, to be honest. I think that, you have the whole Kaguya-sama love is war premise and the thing of like, oh, the confession. Then you have the like romance of like, will they, won't they? I like the fact that in this thing, it's a territory force or outside force that's going to go and influence it here. And they're going to do their best to like get them to confess to each other. But if there is one thing that is a major criticism of this series, and especially as a one-shot, that I would like to see if this did become a series or is actually a series, is that the classmates are pretty much irrelevant. Like, here's the thing, is that, like, if you didn't like, if we just kept everything the same, and then it's like, oh no, the classmates are like, if we got rid of like this panel here, right? I hate him so. Just go out already. Get a room you two here. The classmates are Fred, and they're like just frustrated with it all here. Like you could have gotten rid of like those couple of panels here. Like the classmates don't always avoid. Like the classmates aren't really coaxing them together, right? Like in this case here, it's just, hey, which committee are you joining, Hikawa, right? Like if we saw something where they were like pushing him towards this committee here, then I could believe it a little bit more. But in this case, like it feels like it just to kind of stand out a little bit. They kind of went in there like, okay, let's just say the classmate. It feels almost like it was added in post, to be perfectly honest. Like this seemed like it was a cute love story, and that the classmate premise is just there to be like the ooh ah reactions, right? It's not actually changing the story. And I could easily get rid of certain things. And like, if it was the classmates, I think the idea here is, if I'm assuming best intentioned, the idea here is that like the classmates would be this one conglomerate here, and they'd act as a surrogate for the audience, right? That it'd be like we, the audience, want to see them get together. It's so obvious. It's poking fun at the cliche that somebody spent 500 chapters trying to win somebody's love, and then that and then they don't, right? And then, well, they do, but then at the very, very end, right? It's like, gosh, you should have done it like 400 chapters earlier, right? So in this case, I think it's poking fun, but it doesn't really do anything with the trope. It's like acknowledging the joke, except it doesn't do a very good acknowledgement of the joke. Um, in terms of this, actually, so but I think this could be a good premise of the series if we fleshed out the classmates, show them being more active members, more than like reactionary members, because I don't think they take a very active approach here, right? If they do a little bit more here or there, I think it would be great. But just the fact, like, oh, you two love each other. Why don't you go out? Like, that's nothing. That's just whatever, right? Um, in terms of the actual love story, like when I read stuff like this, I don't think I've ever loved anybody. At least like in this here. Um, and maybe it's just me, but like, um, of course, I'm sure, I know I've been in love before, or like had like romantic feelings like this, that, and the other. I kind of know what it does to me, like this, like almost a type of anxiety of how much I like this person here. It's like, oh, this, that, and the other here. But when it comes to this, and then like when he's like actively describing everything she does, it's like I hate her so much. No, here we go. I hate her so much here. Come on, no, that's the guy. Like I don't like her, and then he describes everything about her, this, that, or the other. It's like, oh, okay. I don't know if I could do that for really any of my loves like that, where I actively describe this and the other, and everything they do is wonderful. Same thing with this one here, where like it's like, oh, okay, let's go and this, that, or the other. It's like, okay, I love all your little quirks. I don't know if that's ever happened to me. Maybe I really haven't been in love like that, but I always find it interesting that in order to show this, they just go and say all the extra things. And I wonder if that's like an extra trope that like I just miss out. Like I love this person. I love the way they eat their food, the way they do this, that, or the other, right? Um, but I also say I think it could be interesting if it was definitely like haters to lovers, like they generally didn't like each other, but there was just something about it. And I do think like the origin story is a little cute of this here, where like she was shy, and then she like he helped her accidentally, and he wanted to help her, and he's like protective of her, of this, that, and the other. Um, and in this case here, kind of the same premise, right? Like, there'll go, he helps her, he does the job, and then the same. So she's shy and reserved, and he's going to take the leadership role here. And I think it's a good match, right? In terms of everything, they say they're polar opposites, but I'm glad that they're complements more than opposites, right? And I think that's a thing is that in some shows or something or some love stories, they're opposites, and it does seem like they'd be a good match instead of being complements where they're opposite in some respects, but they do help each other's strength, right? Or help compensate for one another. But yeah, I think this is a cool. I like the nonchalant teacher as well. He's like, yeah, you guys do this already, um, and I do think that this could be a cute love story. I think it has a lot of potential. I think this just needs a few reworkings and a few chapters to really, really flesh out the premise, and and then it could be really good. The art is solid. I do like it. It's also like interesting how it really tries to speak into the gender roles, where it's like, hey, I gotta protect this person. I gotta do this and the other. There's that overarching need, and I think that's also true for guys. Like you kind of want to do everything. Like my thing is like if I'm into a girl, I'll oftentimes buy her a lot of little knickknacks, right? It's like straight almost out of an RPG. Where like I'll give you enough enough little tokens that eventually you fall in love with me. Um, right? And in this case here, I think that falls under the protect or provide thing. And I'm not a woman as much as, people might think so. Is that I guess there's this feeling of like safety here that's really interesting because I never thought about the safety aspect of a person, right? Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's more interesting. It's pretty gender, which I don't mind at all. It's a little cliche, but it's definitely a one shot. I gotta see if this became an actual series here. No, it didn't. But yeah, I think it's an okay work. It's solid. It has an interesting premise, but they don't really use that premise, right? It's just basically used to say it's a little different. And because right, even the description, are driving our classmates crazy. We get like four panels of that, and the classmates do nothing. And wow, I'm surprised it's rated so highly because it's cute art. I think they're good compliments. I think these two really do have the ability to carry a full love story manga. I just need the classmates a little bit more active, and I think that's a big part of it. Is that this is me more disappointed by my expectations being set a little bit differently because of the classmates premise. If it was just them, like okay, this is a love story between the uh, the athlete and the nerd, right? I think I'd be a little bit more for that. But I also guess that that is everything for today. So with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.